Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and welcome back to another weight loss video. I hope you enjoy. What's the most embarrassing fat person thing you've done? I worked at an ice skating rink several years ago. We would always have birthday parties for big groups, like 10 or 15 people. The cakes were enormous, double layer, 1-inch thick frosting, a custom delight from Sam's Club. You could stick a 12-inch ruler into the top, push it all the way down, and it would disappear. One night we had a birthday no-show, so we had this extra cake and I took it back to my dorm room. As a college student, I didn't have any silverware or plates, so I put the cake on my lap, grabbed a spork, and went to town. My roommates came in about 5 minutes later as I was just gorging on this massive cake in my lap. They told me it was the fattest thing they had ever seen. Oh man, I have tons. I'd pretend to be on the phone with my roommate when ordering a lot of fast food, and then I'd say something like, "Yeah bro, I got your chicken nuggets," and then I'd toss the cashier an incredulous look. My old apartment had a freight elevator to help people move in large pieces of furniture upstairs. I'd frequently ride it to the second floor. I'd order road burgers when picking up fast food, that is, a burger to eat on the way back home. I ate cereal out of a bowl that was big enough to mix cake batter. Seriously, that looks like a trough to me now, and I get nauseated at the thought of consuming that much dairy. I was once drunk, went to Jack in the Box at 3 a.m. and told the cashier, "Give me all the egg rolls you have." Most recently, requesting to move the meeting from my boss's office to a conference room so I can sit down and take notes. He asked what was wrong with the guest chair right next to me, and I had to tell him that the armrests are too close together. Commence walk of shame to the conference room. I fell asleep with a candy bar in my mouth. I woke up with the most awful taste of half-melted chocolate and dry mouth. Swimming with a shirt on. This is the one that got me. No matter how many guys I see at the beach who are larger than me and walking around without a shirt, I just can't bring myself to do it, and so I end up getting a farmer's tan. I can't bring myself to ever wear a bikini, even when I'm skinny. Having to tell the slim, in-shape nurses my weight in hospital last year. Telling myself I wasn't that fat. Going clothes shopping and grabbing the largest size jeans in the shop, UK 20 usually, covering the label, paying, rushing home and praying that they fitted. And now I love shopping, too much. Eating ice cream and having to replace it. Getting fast food after a night of drinking. Felt embarrassing because I was so big, drunk and shoveling that crap into my mouth. Being 40 kilograms heavier than my husband. I'm just a smidge lighter than him now, but actually look smaller. Being the fat girl of the group. Having a guy declare, "Look at the state of that," right in front of me. Taking a lot of care with my looks, hair, makeup, nice nails, clothes, etc. when I was really overweight. But why wasn't I taking care of that? Realizing it doesn't matter how well presented I am, people always saw my weight first. Completely uncontrolled eating on a regular basis, and just shoveling food in like a maniac, anything I could get my hands on. I would get a spoon and jar of peanut butter and a bowl of chocolate chips and go to town. Dip spoon of peanut butter, dip in chocolate chips, eat, repeat, die of a heart attack or go into diabetic coma. I would buy the big size bags of candy and plow through them in 30 minutes, just unwrapping fun-sized Snickers after fun-sized Snickers. I would order an entire appetizer just for myself, order an entire pizza just for myself, for delivery of course. Sometimes I would stop at separate fast food places to fulfill my specific fast food desires. You know, when I needed a Bojangles biscuit and a KFC chicken, or a BK burger and a Chick-fil-A waffle fries. I once cried because the waiter forgot about my order and everyone else got their food. How old were you? Like 21? The worst of my offenses have to do with hiding evidence. Tossing fast food garbage in the apartment dumpster before going upstairs, and then thoroughly washing up to hide that fast food smell. And burying the garbage from bags of chips and dip or other such snacks deeper in the bin so the boyfriend can't see what I have eaten recently. I think the worst was the realization that I'd spent over $120 on Thai takeout in 1 week and then complained about being broke. I've been stupid. Halfway through a meal, I would always fear that there wouldn't be enough food to make me full. This one kind of works. There is no friggin' way to accurately decide the amount of pasta to make. I was never really big, but reading about you guys losing weight makes me feel great. I'm like that when I'm cooking. I always overestimate the amount of food I'll need because my mother was always afraid there wouldn't be enough food when she cooked, and I guess I inherited that habit. Of course, I'd end up making enough for 2 or 3 people and eat it all anyway. I went to Six Flags in Chicago with the family whom I was friends with, and I had a huge crush on one of the female members close to my age. After waiting forever for one of the roller coasters, I got to get on, but my lap bar won't go down far enough, but the operators didn't notice. During the ride, the bar popped up to its last loose notch, and was then too open to hold me down. For some reason, there wasn't a belt, and I had to hook my arms under the bar to hang on. My friend sitting next to me saw it happening, and tried to hold down the bar also. After that, we got to go on the really tall ride that just brings you up and drops you back down, and I couldn't fit on the vest type restraint over me. The operator comes up and tries to manhandle it down, and then asks for help from the girl I have a crush on. The two of them are wailing on it, trying to get it down while it crushes on my man chest, and they are unsuccessful, and I have to get off the ride. That was the worst. Way back in high school, we had an event called Powder Puff, where the cheerleaders played football and the guys dressed up as cheerleaders. All the guys could easily fit into the cheerleaders' uniforms with some squeezing and pushing, but I was the only one who had to have his outfit, 46-inch cheerleader skirt, made by his own mother. To top it off, I was asked a few times if she was also going to make me a bra to go with the skirt. It seems like a time to be silly and just have fun, but it was really awkward, and I really knew then that I was different and had a problem. Back then, my favorite foods to eat were one entire package of Oreos in a sitting. I used to think they wouldn't put these all into one package if they weren't meant to be all eaten at once. Seriously, I could down 2,000 calories in about 15 minutes grazing on Oreos while watching Rocco's Modern Life. Similarly, one of my favorite meals was a Dairy Queen double cheeseburger meal with a large chocolate chip cookie dough blizzard. All in all, 2,460 calories in about 20 minutes, while eating the leftovers my family didn't want. It doesn't make much sense, but some people eat this way every day, 3 times a day, and wonder where they went wrong. When I was at my heaviest, I was with my long-term boyfriend, no longer with him. Both of us worked full-time jobs during the day that were mentally strenuous, so neither one of us wanted to cook at night. We usually ordered pizza from the same place right down the road from our apartment. It got to the point where the manager knew us so well that he started giving us discounts on the pizza that we ordered 3+ times a week. The first time it happened, I told the delivery boy he had his numbers wrong, because at that point I knew exactly how much it cost. He said, "Nope, the owner started giving you guys a special discount." Through a series of unfortunate events, I'm back at that same apartment, but no longer with my long-term boyfriend, and every time I order pizza from there, once a month if that, I feel a small sense of shame. The truly heroic amounts of food I would eat from ordering out in drive-thrus. Separate examples. Entire large pan pizza and 24 buffalo wings from Round Table Pizza. 6 all-beef barbecue bacon dogs, 4 all-beef chili cheese dogs, chili cheese fries, and large fries from W. Schnitzel, 3 5x5 plain with ketchup burgers from In-N-Out, sourdough jack, no tomatoes, bacon ultimate cheeseburger, chili cheese curly fries, 2 Jack spicy chicken, and large curly fries from Jack in the Box, 3 Baconators, 3 spicy chicken fillets, and 2 Biggie fries from Wendy's. It was embarrassing ordering this stuff, which made me feel guilty, until I finished the food. Then I felt sleepy. That's all behind me now though. I used to stop after work and get 3 double cheeseburgers for the drive home, and then would eat dinner with my ex-wife an hour later. When I tell thin people I used to do that before I lost the weight, they look in horror. When I tell obese people, they nod. I adore the idea of this thread. There are a lot of comments now, so I know mine won't get read, but I think it would be therapeutic for me to reply regardless. I used to find something I like from a delivery place and order it over and over and over again, 4+ times a week, until the delivery person from that store started recognizing me. I would then move to a new delivery place. I can't believe how many times I ate an entire large pepperoni pizza, order of breadsticks, order of chocolate dunkers, and 2-liter Mountain Dew from Pizza Hut. It makes me so sick to think about. and it made me sick at the time too. I wore a size 16 for a long time, but I refused to go up to a size 18. So when jeans stopped fitting in a size 16, I stopped shopping everywhere except Old Navy, the only place where I could still fit into a 16. I've made many special trips to the dumpster down the block to throw out fast food, delivery, and candy wrappers so that my boyfriend wouldn't find out what I was eating. I seriously can't believe how unhealthy my relationship used to be with food. It feels so good to recognize this and improve upon my flawed thinking. And that brings us to the end of the video, Narwhals. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please tap subscribe to join our awesome community, the Narwhals, and for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. And here's our featured Narwhal of the day. I finally did it. 22nd of March to 12th January, 65 pounds down, and I'm finished.